Adillustrator back with a late review for Garfield 2024. This movie was a good movie. I've never heard of the Vic character. This film, Garfield's father comes back, Vic. I don't know if he's been in any other materials. I've seen those movies that came out in the 2000s. I've read some of the strips. I've never encountered Vic. Obviously, John and Odie. So, assuming he's a new character, he was a pretty good addition to the story. And it's kind of where the plot centered around is him and Garfield reuniting since Garfield's childhood and repairing their relationship through a heist. So this is a heist film. I like heist films. They do a good job of that. They make it funny. They make it make sense. The film does make fun of a lot of things, especially in regards to consumerism. Considering who Garfield is as a person, you have things that are explored here that weren't explored in other things just because of technology, like food delivery in general, streaming, drone delivery. They kind of do that. They kind of that's a lot of the material, the comedic material in this film. But also what this movie does well, it actually utilizes the fact that it is an animated film pretty well in a different way than some of the other good animated films that have been coming out. It's not like Spider-Verse or TMNT or Puss in Boots in the sense that it's it's a very unique style. This seems very in line with the stuff that's been coming out lately, especially with Illumination and Blue Sky, and it's not too different, but it's definitely more cartoony. The characters in Garfield do utilize Toon Force. There are things that happen that only really work in the context of something animated or a cartoon. For example, one of the villains, she has this necklace, and it always glows a different color based off her emotions. Usually it's pink or blue or red. And it'll just change. And there's no real in-world explanation for that. It's just something they just do visually. Or they make the world kind of elasticy. Garfield's bouncing around at some points off of tree branches, things that are not supposed to be really flexible. It kind of definitely uses some of its comic strip and cartoon origins to its advantage and incorporates that in the film, which is pretty cool. You don't see too much of that these days. It kind of felt like I was watching Tom and Jerry. That aside, the plot's pretty predictable. A lot of kids' movies are. So it's nothing, I wouldn't say the plot is super Pixar level or anything. But it was enjoyable. I had a good time. I'd say it was a little better than I expected. It's kind of hard to give it a rating. I feel a lot of films have been in this range, but I'm gonna just say it was a 7 again, maybe a 6.